resistance training and bringing you another video. Today's video topic is the power building, bodybuilding debacle. And this is the last video I'm gonna make on this ridiculous subject that everyone's been talking about. I'm just getting burned out on it, and it's just a silly, stupid argument. So let me make some things clear, specifically on how I view the big three, okay? This needs to be said. I watched a young kid, a video he made the other day, saying how the big three are not suitable for everyone, and a lot of people find that they make better gains on machines and not chasing the weight. In other words, go after hypertrophy versus chasing numbers. All right, so let me break this down for you. On the big three, I'm in a big advocate of the big three. And they're done differently than I think what they've got in their mind, what they are conceiving of the big three. They must have some type of powerlifting mentality that's why they demonize these movements, so to speak. So let me make one thing clear. When I do a bench press, I do not arch my back. I do not go wide, real wide, and arch my back with my ass off the bench and my legs dug in. No, I am completely flat. I can actually lift my legs up just to take everything out, okay? A Larson press. That's how I do my bench. I do my bench completely flat, medium grip, all the way down, touch, pause for half a second, and come back up. That is a proper bench press. That is a bench press for hypertrophy. All right? That's number one, the bench. Number two, the squat. The squat, I do it higher. A higher bar squat. I break at the knees and go all the way down just below parallel. I don't think you should go ass to grass. It puts too much stress on the knees. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. You don't need to. Natural Gallant had the best legs. You can look his channel up, and he doesn't even go. He just does quarter up and down, and he's got the best legs. So it's not about going to ass to grass. You're going to screw yourself up. You're going to have butt wing coming out of the frickin' hole and all kinds of shit. Just go to just barely below parallel, go high, break at the knees, and come down. Pause for half a second, come back up. That's a hypertrophy squat. Okay, that's number two. Number three, the deadlift. I put a 1-inch block, flat block, and I pull from a 1-inch block, a deficit, okay? And I come up slow, and I go down slow. Each part of the movement, the eccentric and concentric, are going to be the same. I just don't drop the frickin' weight, okay? So that's it. You make the movements harder. You make the deadlift harder, and you feel it throughout. If you watch my deadlifts, I'm coming down slow. I'm not just dropping it. That's going to give you hypertrophy. That's how you do the big three. And then you incorporate your overhead press, your barbell curls, your lying triceps, okay, and all the other movements. But here's a caveat. I don't call them pump work. I don't say, well, just do a military press, seated presses, and then, oh, okay, now that I've done that, then I call it, I'm going to do my pump work now and do 10s and 12s and 15s. No! Again, treat those movements just like a compound. Your barbell curls are not an accessory, they're a compound. Your lying triceps are a compound. You work them heavy in the lower rep range just like any other body part. They're no different. You see what I'm saying? That's how you incorporate the big movements. And I'm going to tell you, I want to make a point very clear here. This is very important. If you only did squats, they say, well, you don't need squats to build legs. Well, that's probably true. Yeah, you can use a leg press machine or any other, a lot of the other types of machines for legs, and you can probably build some pretty good legs. But guess what? You're not going to build. Stabilizer muscles, the rest of all your muscles in your lower back, your everything. When you do a squat, it's involving lots of different muscles and going to make that core stronger. When you use a machine, you'll get your thighs bigger, but you're taking everything out of the equation. You're not going to have the tendons getting stronger, the ligaments getting stronger. You're shortchanging yourself, man. You are ripping yourself off. Oh, I can get big thighs? Sure you can. But you're not incorporating the other elements that it's take to build brute strength and have a solid foundation in your programming. You see what I'm saying? And all these nerdy guys, these nerdy guys, supposedly the noble natties, as what they call them. I don't know how many noble natties they are. But I will tell you one thing. They did all this stuff. They did it. They did the squats. They did the deadlifts. Look at any one of them. And then they come out all out of nowhere. Oh, the power building will rob you. The big three will rob you. You're going to be cheated. Look at me. I did them. And look at me. I was small. You were small because you know why? You didn't incorporate the big lifts properly. How to incorporate your training and your program was shit. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I can do a convention. I got to a 405 deadlift for 3 pulls off the floor. And you know what? 1 inch deficit. 405, 1 inch for 3 reps. And I'm weighing at 165. And I'm almost 70. 70 freaking years old, man. And I'm on nothing. I don't take anything. I'm not on creatine. That's garbage. Okay? I'm not on any PEDs. I never have been. Never. I would never do it. Because that's not my philosophy or my lifestyle. All right? But I will tell you this. 405 off the floor. Okay? You may, well, that's not very much. Well, yeah, in the big scheme of things, it isn't. But for a guy my age and a guy my weight, getting up to 405 for 3 to 4 reps, okay, on a 1 inch deficit. Now imagine if I come out with my legs, okay, and do a sumo and come up 4 inches. How much? I've never tried it, but I'm sure I can lift a hell of a lot more weight. So these guys that were into this before, they had shit programs. I don't train to get one lift, for 1 rep. I don't arch the shit and out here like this and go, ooh, come down and what, this much of a touch and go? That's horse shit. You're not going to get strong and big by doing that. And I agree 100%. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the big three incorporated with everything else, no pump work. Everything is a compound. Everything. Everything's a compound. There's no accessories or isolation. There's no such thing as isolation, okay? They are going to work to say, if you do a bicep curl, you're working more than just a tricep. Your shoulders are coming involved, everything. So you treat these movements just like, guess who? Reg Park. He did a 5x5. If you read his training on how he did his program, he treated them just as heavy. He would do lying triceps and barbell curls in the 5 rep ranges, handling the shit amount of weight, shitloads. Arnold Schwarzenegger would do barbell curls, and they were called cheat curls. You know why? Because he loaded so much weight that he'd have to kind of force it up on the last couple of reps. These are heavy moves. They get you large and strong. These guys that are working on these machines, I'm going to tell you this, machines are garbage. They're shit. I mean, the only thing I would work machines, there is a couple exceptions I work machines for, and I'll give you mine. This is the honest to God truth. I do a Nautilus 4-way neck machine because I don't like the harness. It's cumbersome. So if I go to a Nautilus, they got one here. I go to a Nautilus and I go and sit in the machine and I use the pad and I do all four-way neck machine. It's an awesome machine. It hits the neck. So that's what I do. And then as far as other machines, I'll do a standing calf raisers. You know, they got the machine. I'll do that. But as anything else, nothing. I don't do any cables. I don't do any seated leg presses, lying leg extension, lying curls, nothing. I do nothing. None of that. Nothing. And my legs are good. Like 24, 25 inches. So what I'm saying is these guys that are putting down the big three, okay, they always say the big three. No, it's not the big three. It's the bench, the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press, the chins, okay, the barbell rows, dumbbell rows. You see what I'm saying here? That's the power moves. Calves, forearms, you work forearms. Look at this. Right here. Captain's a Crush. I got a whole set of these. Captain's a Crush. Okay, right here. Captain's a Crush. I got 6 of those. You work up to the highest one. I think I got the highest one. I can close it once or twice. You do that. You do that frickin' 3 times a week. So what I'm saying is, yes, the big three are the foundation, the core, the root of everything. And then everything else branches off. But they're not, when you branch off, that doesn't give those branches a less priority. They're the same as the big three. It's that the big three build the majority of the muscle mass. And then the other ones are complementary to the whole trunk. For Jiminy Christmas, how hard is that to understand for you frickin' peanut heads out there? And sending these young kids astray and sending them down a frickin', you're sending them down a dirt fucking road and they're going to get no gain. So they can, keep on coming back and looking at your horse shit, stupid frickin' training programs? Give me a frickin' break. Anyway, that's what I mean by the big three. Train everything hard and strong and get big and strong overall, the whole frickin' body, not just the big three. When I see these guys doing a bench press and their ass is off the ground or off the bench and they're tapping 4 inches a tap and it's a bench, that's horse shit. I agree. I agree when you do a deadlift, a sumo deadlift with your legs out so freaking wide, the bar's that's coming off this 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Horse shit. A sumo's not even a lift to me. It's a horse shit lift. It shouldn't even be in powerlifting. It's garbage. All right. And then a bench. And then you got your deadlift. Guys pulling the weight all the way up and then boom, letting it go down. Just drop the son of a gun. It's beyond me, man. You make the exercises harder for hypertrophy effect to get myofibrillar muscle strands, to grow those myofibrillars. Not a bunch of frickin'... Now, when you say pump work, machines are pump work. That's what machines are. They're pump work. You get on a frickin' machine, a Smith machine. By the way, I'm going to say this. A Smith machine is the most dangerous machine that you can use. It's going to mess your joints all up, and I stand behind this tenfold. I've done Smith machines. They put you in a plane, they lock you in, and depending on what exercise you do, you're putting yourself and your joints at a great risk. Now, I'm going to end this video with this. I have not had one freaking injury in the last 4 or 5 years that I've been training. Not one. My poundages are going up, okay? They're going up on a quarterly basis, all right? And I don't get sick. Never do I get sick. I never get a cold. I never get a flu. Zero, zilch. And here's why. I don't work out every day. I work out every other day, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I take the weekends off. and I stay in the lower rep range. I do 5 to 6 sets, sometimes 8, and the rep range is no more than 6 to 8 reps. 0, no more. And that's it. I know, and eat well, and I get my rest. So that's the ticket, my friend. Okay, I'm out of here. I've rambled on long enough. So there you go, my friend. All right, let's get out of here. Where's the freaking thing here? All right, there we go. All right, ciao, and we'll talk to you soon. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Take care.